DeFi's promise of creating new financial products and services, broadening access, and undercutting traditional financial intermediaries remains to be seen. This was written by Eswar Prasad. He is a professor at Cornell and a senior fellow at the Brookings Institution. Okay, and he's also the author of Future Money. He says a currency winter has set in with many cryptocurrencies, and the overall value of such digital assets falling below half their peak values from 6 months ago. Okay, that has dashed the notion that crypto assets are immune to shifts in macroeconomic fundamentals and serve as hedges against inflation. So decentralized finance, or DeFi, is built on three principles according to him. It features decentralized architectures with public digital ledgers maintained on multiple computers and synchronized in real time. Decentralized trust involves the validation of transactions through public consensus mechanisms rather than by trusted intermediaries. Finally and crucially, this decentralized governance is underpinned by a collective interest in maintaining the system's integrity and security. So, according to him, Bitcoin is an example of DeFi, even though he says it's a primitive one. So, meaning actually that it came out before this whole concept of DeFi came out. So, I think that's what he means by primitive. So these principles are proven incompatible with functionality. Cryptocurrencies or crypto assets that work well as mediums of exchange are in fact centralized. Stablecoins are typically backed up by reserves of fiat currencies issued by a private party that validates transactions and keeps centralized accounts, and with operating rules set by the issuer. Meanwhile, algorithmic stablecoins, ostensibly backed by other cryptocurrencies but still managed by their issuers, have stumbled badly in recent weeks. So decentralization is proving illusory according to him, even in crypto assets such as Bitcoin. A handful of competing consortiums now dominate the process of validating Bitcoin transactions, and ownership is concentrated as well. So if they're doing that, they will ultimately benefit from the value. They will, if they are pretty much mining all of these things, then they are pretty much controlling it. So it undermines the whole concept of it being democratized and all that stuff. So the very design of some systems which are more efficient than Bitcoin's inefficient proof of work consensus protocol is leading to concentration of governance. And then proof of stake, an alternative consensus mechanism which requires users to pledge a stake of a digital currency, allows for quicker decentralized validation of a far greater volume of transactions than proof of work. But this system is also vulnerable to capture by a small group that acquires a large stake. Although it is not in the group's interest to compromise the system's integrity, they could shift the rules to their advantage. So cryptocurrencies and DeFi are useful under authoritarian regimes and societies where the government machinery has broken down. Okay. So much of DeFi involves fully or even over collateralized financial instruments. This helps maintain trust and financial stability, but it's hardly conducive to broadening access. After all, lack of collateral is a major stumbling block for indigent households and small-scale entrepreneurs seeking access to credit and other financial products. Moreover, the lack of financial literacy and investor protection has inflicted heavy losses on unsophisticated investors who fail to understand the risk or ignore them and invested heavily in crypto assets. So all of these are pointers to the promise of what DeFi set to um, achieve, the promise it's set to grant all of us. So regulators must act swiftly to head off the risk associated with decentralization, which, while limiting unintended concentration of power, they must also corral DeFi's products and services that have escaped oversight because of their technological novelty. The notion of community self-interest leading to self-correcting mechanisms that limit risks and contentions that these products are by design safe and secure are not tenable. So these are some stocks that are DeFi stocks. Some of them are they're not exactly some of them are stocks, some of them are the assets themselves. You can see Bitcoin, you can get them on any of those crypto exchanges. And then US dollar index, let's see that one, DXY. Let's have a look at the DXY. Okay, DXY, I think we have to put a string. We don't have anything there. Okay, so let's see where is it trading. It says DXY. Okay, New York Exchange, AXA. Okay, so when we don't have that New York dollar index, US dollar index, there must be some ETFs, US dollar index. XSD. Okay, let's get it again. DXY, DX, nothing, DZ, nothing. Okay, but in any case, we don't have that. We can't get it. But in any case, that's one thing you have to know. US dollar index is one of the assets, one of the ETFs, I believe, and the Ethereum OMG network. And then Riot's blockchain. Okay, let's have a look. Riot blockchain. Okay, up 4% in this session of the 31st of May. So the next one is Canaan Inc. up 7.48%. So Grayscale GBTC. Grayscale Bitcoin up 9.49%. So yes, in a nutshell, DeFi hasn't really lived up to its promise. That's the point of this video. Okay, so you see the link to this piece written here on Financial Times, and indeed this one written on Investor Place in the description box below. So thank you very much for watching this video.